Dictionaries are objects. So dictionary objects have several methods, and in this video we will take a look at some of the most useful ones. The first one is clear method, which deletes all the elements in a dictionary, leaving the dictionary empty. And here is the general format. And the next method is the get method, which can be used as an alternative to this bracket operator. We use this get method to get a value from a dictionary. The get method does not raise an exception if the specified key is not found. So here is the general format. And if the key is found in the dictionary, the associated value will be returned. If the key is not found, this default value will be returned. There will be no key error exceptions raised as this bracket operator. Here are some sample code. Phone book, and if I use the bracket to retrieve the value associated with the key Chris, I will get the Chris phone. Assign this value to Chris phone variable, and which is this one here. And if I use the get method to retrieve the associated value with the key Chris, default value not found. So if the Chris is found in phone book dictionary, its associated value will be returned. If Chris, for example, if I misspelled it to lowercase c, would not be found in the phone book dictionary, and the not found default message will be returned. The next method is the items method, which returns all of a dictionary's keys and their associated values. They are returned as a special type of sequence known as dictionary view. This is the type of a sequence. And each element in the dictionary view is a tuple. And each tuple contains a key and its associated value. You can use a for loop to iterate over the tuples in the sequence. And you can use either one variable, which receive a tuple, or you can use two variables, which receive key and value. So here's some sample code. Phone book, items. So the items method will return a sequence. You see, this is a sequence. You see these brackets means this is a sequence. And in this sequence, each element is a tuple. And this is another tuple element. This is the third tuple element. Okay. To iterate over all the items in this dictionary view, use a for loop for. In this example, I use two variables, key value, and all the items returned is a sequence of tuples. So key will be referring to the first element in the tuple. Value will be referring to the second element in the tuple. So if I print key value, I will be able to print all these key value pairs. So first iteration, it references one of the tuples, for example, Kate, and this phone number. And key will be referencing Kate. And value will be referencing this value here. So key value will be referencing the first and the second element of the tuple. The next method is the keys method, which returns all of the dictionary's keys as a dictionary view, which is a type of sequence. So this is the general format. And each element in the dictionary view is a key from the dictionary. Pop method, it returns the value associated with a specified key and it removes that key value pair from the dictionary. So it not just returns the value, but also returns the key value pair. Sorry, it removes the key value pair. If the key is not found, the method will return a default value. So the default value is specified as one of the parameters in this pop method. And if the associated value of this key is not found, the default will be returned. Again, some sample code, phone book for key in phone book keys. This will iterate over all the keys in this dictionary. And phone book the pop Joe, which is the key. So it will return the value associated with Joe to be assigned to this Joe number. And then this is the value. So now if I print the phone book again, you can see that Joe is gone because Joe is removed after this pop method. The next method is the pop item. Pop item will return the last added key value pair and removes that key value pair from the dictionary. And this is the general format. And the key value pair will be returned as a tuple. Values method returns all of a dictionary's values without their keys as a dictionary view. This is also returning a dictionary view, which is a type of sequence. And each element in the dictionary view is a value from the dictionary. So phone book, if I call pop item, the last item, which is this one that's added to the phone book, will be returned as a tuple and then popped out, because if you try to print this phone book, you will see that the Joe is gone, only Chris and Kate. That's because the pop item popped it out or removed the last added key value pairs. To iterate over all the values of phone book using a for loop, for value in phone book.values, and this will be returned as all the values of this phone book dictionary.